November 29th, 2025 Daily Bread. Passage 2 Chronicles, chapter 25, verse 1 to verse 13. Key verse 9, title: The Lord can give you much more. Amaziah was 25 years old when he became king, and he reigned in Jerusalem 29 years. His mother's name was Jehoaddan. She was from Jerusalem. He did what was right in the eyes of the Lord, but not wholeheartedly. After the kingdom was firmly in his control, he executed the officials who had murdered his father, the king. Yet he did not put their children to death, but acted in accordance with what is written in the law, in the book of Moses, where the Lord commanded, "Parents shall not be put to death for their children, nor children be put to death for their parents. Each will die for their own sin." Amaziah called the people of Judah together, and assigned them according to their families, to commanders of thousands and commanders of hundreds, for all Judah and Benjamin. He then mustered those 20 years old or more, and found that there were 300,000 men fit for military service, able to handle the spear and shield. He also hired 100,000 fighting men from Israel for 100 talents of silver. But a man of God came to him and said, "Your Majesty, these troops from Israel must not march with you, for the Lord is not with Israel, not with any of the people of Ephraim. Even if you go and fight courageously in battle, God will overthrow you before the enemy, for God has the power to help or to overthrow." Amaziah asked the man of God, "But what about the 100 talents I paid for these Israelite troops?" The man of God replied, "The Lord can give you much more than that." So Amaziah dismissed the troops who had come to him from Ephraim and sent them home. They were furious with Judah and left for home in a great rage. Amaziah then marshaled his strength and led his army to the Valley of Salt, where he killed 10,000 men of Seir. The army of Judah also captured 10,000 men alive, took them to the top of a cliff, and threw them down so that all were dashed to pieces. Meanwhile, the troops that Amaziah had sent back and had not allowed to take part in the war raided towns belonging to Judah from Samaria to Beth-horon. They killed 3,000 people and carried off great quantities of plunder. Daily Bread Message. Amaziah ascended the throne upon the death of his father Joash. He followed the Lord, but not wholeheartedly. He executed those who had murdered his father, but he did not kill their children, in accordance with the Lord's command. Perhaps out of fear that hostile neighbors would defeat Judah, as had happened to his father, Amaziah focused on building the military. 300,000 men of Judah were fit for service. Worried that this was not enough, Amaziah hired an additional 100,000 soldiers from Israel, spending a huge sum of money. A man of God encouraged Amaziah to send the Israelite soldiers home, because the Lord was not with Israel, an idolatrous land, with idolatrous people. Victory or defeat is not in the size of an army, but in God's hands. Amaziah should trust God alone. Amaziah wanted to get his money back, but the Lord could give him much more. Again, Amaziah was encouraged to trust God. Amaziah sent the Israelite soldiers back, and was still able to defeat the men of Seir. Yet there were consequences for hiring the Israelite soldiers. On their way home, they killed 3,000 people of Judah and took great plunder. Prayer. Father, help me not to trust in what I see and what I have, but to seek you. You alone provide. One word. Seek first God's kingdom